Thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video.
I need you even more than I did before. You had the last word when you walked out the door. You drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. Now I'm here alone. I hate this party and I don't know anyone. We get drunk and we fight, but
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today we're going to be doing a little spring refresh of my front porch area. Let's call it more like a front doorway because it is definitely not the biggest. Very small space for us to work with, but I feel like a lot of you also have small spaces like this and would love kind of ideas on how to redecorate. You know, for every season I like to kind of switch things up out there. For the fall we did like a wide array of different colored pumpkins and all of that fun stuff. So this time around we're going to be doing some cleanup, some fresh florals, a new wreath, all of that stuff. And the one thing that I am so excited for is actually the first time ever, okay, that I am doing my DIY doormat. I've been wanting to tackle one of these for a while, but now it's the perfect time because, like I said, I'm switching things up for the new season. And whenever doing something DIY, why not make it funny? Something that you're not going to be able to, let's say, find or purchase in a store. So my little sign is going to say, please don't let our tiny humans escape. If you are new around here, I do have a 1-year-old and 4-year-old, so they're definitely all around the house getting into everything. So I thought that would be a cute little touch right on our front entryway. So I'm going to share that with you guys, take you along from start to finish. I am no DIY queen, so if I can do it, you can do it. Anytime you see DIY projects on here, they're definitely very beginner, very user friendly. I will take you step by step on how I create this, as well as doing the whole clean and decorate with me of this spring season makeover. I hope you guys enjoy just a little something, a quick little video for you, but I'm hoping that it'll be helpful for those of you that are looking to recreate something like this of your own in your own home. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you enjoy watching. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you. And without further ado, let's get right into this one. The first thing that I am starting out with is actually doing a good deep clean on my front doorway area. If you guys checked out one of my previous videos, I did this for a lot of my sliding doors towards the back of the house. So now it was time to get started on the front porch area. So I went ahead and removed the existing rugs that I had there and doormats, and I began going in with my steamer and just kind of changing out the bristles, taking out the more focus points on the entire porch area, taking a damp cloth and then wiping it all down, as well as taking a paper towel for like the really dirty areas. This way I can get all down and in there and make sure we have a fresh canvas and start to begin decorating.
you drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. You'll be the death of me, still your medicine. Yeah, I need you, I need you. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you.
We also have this front wind door. You guys, look at all that dirt that's in there. This is a really old door and it's honestly on its way out. So probably in the next month or two, that's going to be one of our next projects that I want to have Mike remove. A really easy thing that it should be able to do, but we have been putting it off for so long. So same thing, I wanted to make sure I focused on this area as well because it does get really dirty in there. And look at all of that. I figured I would show you guys a close-up to see all of the stuff we were getting removed, and that was only after the first session of steaming. I went ahead and went in a second as well as a third time.
I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Now we're back where it started. You say you're sorry, so we forget about it. Simple as that, but I don't know where my heart is. Still all that I want is you. Yeah, you. You'll be the death of me, still your medicine. Yeah, I need it, I need
Lastly, I finished off with the base of the porch as well as the staircase, the pillars, all of that with the bristle attachment on the steamer. This works really great for getting inside all of the crevices and doing it from top to bottom cleaning. Now we're going to get into a DIY project. I'm going to show you guys how I made my first ever doormat using my Cricut maker. I was so excited to try this one out, and the items you're going to need is going to be some freezer paper, a doormat of your choice, of course that's plain, that you could add whatever design you're going to be creating, and then I highly suggest doing a light grip mat that you're going to use for this. I actually have this larger one in length, but if you have this standard like 12 by 24 size, you could still create this project, but when doing your design you would just shrink it to be a little bit smaller to fit on that one.
You'll be the death of me, still you're my medicine. Yeah, I need it, I need it. You light a fire just to put me out again. Yeah, I need it. Weak for you, yeah, you.
So for today's video, I'm going to be taking you through step by step on how to recreate this exact project. As I mentioned, this was my very first time, so I feel like this would be great for beginners. Little mistakes that I did make here and there, I can definitely teach you guys to help avoid that for your upcoming project that you're going to be working on. So all I did was I actually purchased an SVG file. This way I didn't have to go about creating my own. This is a great option if you are new to using your Cricut machine to kind of get your feet wet, get used to the whole thing. And I'm telling you, you'll be obsessed with different designs that you can do and make of your own with different fonts and wording. So what you're going to do on the side of your Cricut design space is weld all of those letters together. This way when it prints all in one shot. You're going to see a little alert here saying that it's going to be larger than the standard mat size. Because I do have that, I went ahead and hit OK, and then you're going to go into all materials and type in freezer paper. They already have an option on there, which is absolutely great. And for the blade, I suggest going with a less pressure. This is going to help to make your project be a bit easier and avoid any damage to your mat. Once your project is complete and all cut out, you're then going to begin weeding out all of the letters. Be sure to keep whatever's left on your paper because you are going to want to insert that after, because you're going to need it when we're going to be using the flex spray all on this to create the canvas on your actual doormat. As I mentioned, depending on the mat size, you can do whatever size lettering, kind of stretch it or shrink it depending on the mat that you have. Then I'm taking my Cricut Easy Press and I'm going to be setting it at 315 degrees at 5 seconds. So once that's heating up, I'm just kind of laying out all of my letters, making sure everything kind of is weeded out there. This way we can avoid that transferring when we use our Easy Press. So this is what I was previously talking about. You see how I added the O and don't back. I added the little A symbol. This way when we're spraying our flex spray, we can make sure all of those letters come out. So this is where I did a little bit of a hiccup, so you guys can avoid this. Wherever you're using your Easy Press, I suggest to have that same area that you're going to be spraying. When I brought this outside, the O in the don't flew away. So as you can see there, once I was removing all of the letters from like the S and the N and the P's, all of those stayed wonderful and it came out perfect. But unfortunately on that one letter, it did mess up. And then one other suggestion I would say for the freezer paper is to have it large enough and go ahead and use your Easy Press to go around the entire area of the mat. This way you won't have any harsh lines on the side where you notice the contrast of the mat and the writing.
once felt. I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were
Went ahead and added a larger printed mat below it to give it some nice contrast, but I am so happy how the mat turned out. I am definitely going to be working on a lot more of these with my Cricut Maker. If you guys have been on the fence for trying it out, I highly suggest totally going for it and just simply learning from my little mistakes there, but I have a lot of these in the works in the future for my home for sure.
shrugging your shoulders, I'm closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights.
After I went ahead and added a couple of more little decor elements, as you saw, like a new wreath, a little spring sign beside the front door area, it was time to add some fresh florals. I am no planter, you guys, okay? I just asked my dad because he actually loves landscaping and placing flowers and plants. So he just told me at the bottom, when you're doing this, kind of rip out towards the bottom. This way you can promote like growth and allow all of the water to seep in and for them to remain healthy for the entire season. So that's what I did. So don't come for me in the comments if I didn't do this perfectly. We're all about just making it fresh and pretty and trying our best.
Riding on the dizzying heights. Felt like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors.
This is what everything looks like totally finished, giving you an overview of the after. Very simple touches, as I mentioned, because I don't have the largest area that I'm working with, but I am really happy how it all turned out, especially my DIY doormat. I can't wait to get working on more with my Cricut Maker, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Be sure to give a big thumbs up if you did. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button for more home organization and cleaning, and I will talk to you all in my next one. Bye.
Set it